For the majority of my shows, this match has dominated the majority of the show. So tonight, we're not going to talk that much about John Cena and The Rock. Should we talk that much about John Cena and The Rock?
Let's ask the people.
This week, the people. This is your eyebrow, people. And this is my impression of The Rock. Tell me, go to this way.
Oh.
We're not here. But now we're back. Because WrestleMania is coming up soon, so now we have to be here every week.
Yeah.
I think it was genius of The Rock. I will say this. It's the first time I've ever seen someone plan a match a year ahead so they didn't have to show up for any buildup.
Oh.
That's amazing, Rocky. That is amazing.
Good
and I don't
job,
mean your mom,
Rocky.
Rocky. His mom's name is Rocky, too. But she's there every week. He sees her every week. She doesn't leave for 7 years. Anyway, so this week, John Cena fought Mark Henry, which
was really...
I don't really know what that was about.
Really
After he got in
good.
a car wreck, which that pray for Cena stuff on Twitter, for me, it was a little much. I don't know why, but right off the bat, I didn't think it was that serious, so...
Exactly. That's the same thing I thought. John Cena was not going to die in a rear end bump.
Which is not to say it doesn't happen. I'm sure there are freak accidents all the time, but I mean, he got tapped from the back. Speaking of which, I think The Rock might be into that. He's always talking about shoving things up his ass, and he's always talking about how Cena's, I don't know if he
lady
parts, and yeah.
Cena was born with this and that. Oh,
but he always wants to turn things sideways and shove it up his candy ass.
Yeah.
Which Cena, you got ample room back there. So there we go. So anyway, back to matches here. This John Cena and The Rock match. The Rock came out after the match and kind of sort of rock bottom, kind of lifted a little bit. Mark Henry, I'm not going to say he rock bottomed because he really didn't. He just kind of was like, you're on the ground now. He came out, he did that. It was like, I don't know. I didn't really get it. I didn't get why
I didn't know if he was trying to show strength or something like that because you can't compare that to actually picking him up on your back and lifting him, which is like about 500 pounds, which I don't know if it's too healthy.
Just like you can't compare doing one move to wrestling every single week. Every Monday night, John Cena's had a match. And The Rock talks to statues. And then he walks up and does this to John Cena.
Yeah.
Which I was confused about. Was he showing his breast? Was he... I don't know what happened. Because John was talking about his boobies last week.
He was showing boots to ass.
I know that's what he was doing. He was doing...
but isn't that about right? The Rock shows up right at the end of the match, which you barely see him, yet John Cena was there the whole match.
He was there the whole match. And The Rock walked out and he was angry. He was... Deuces. Out the door. Gone again.
So
but I didn't get it.
Seeing The Rock.
I didn't get this thing.
Everybody waiting.
Because I see what he was trying to do, but it was just like, well, they got to see him for a second, which is more than they got to see him in the last 7 years. I did it again. I'm sorry to keep going back to this, but it really aggravates me that The Rock left for so long. So he did this. He might have did a little shimmy move. I don't really know. He might have did the Latino heat. He might have did the Harlem Shuffle. I really don't know. It was weird. I didn't understand what was going on. I was like, okay, The Rock did this, and now he's gone. So anyway, this match I'm looking obviously the most forward to. This is a match that to me can be put up there with The Rock and Stone Cold, which might have been the last time The Rock was there. The Rock versus Stone Cold, that match, Andre the Giant versus Hulk Hogan. He had a sex tape.
True.
That's weird, man. I don't know how that went down. It must have been
set up.
I bet more people watched him on the sex tape than they watched on TNA.
Oh, this.
I bet they did.
Yeah, that is true. I actually, over the past few days or weeks, I've actually forgotten TNA actually existed.
Ooh.
Oh my God, did you?
I swear, I forgot it even existed. The only thing that reminded me of TNA was when I started thinking about Kurt Angle, which is a former WWE superstar. So, what does that tell you?
There you go. I don't even need to say anything else. And I bet Hulk Hogan injured himself on that tape too. Sorry, Hulkster. Hey, well, this is a little bit of a side note, but I have to go ahead and put it out there. Linda Hogan, Is that his name? Is it Linda Hogan? That's his wife's name? Do you know? Wife's name? Yeah. Okay. She's on some kind of couples therapy show on VH1. Do the Hogans not know what VH1 did to them? Y'all need to stay away from VH1. Don't even watch it. No Basketball Wives for you. Don't even watch it. Just stay away from VH1. It's just bad for you guys. Didn't y'all learn anything? Nothing. Okay, enough of these people. So, The Rock versus John Cena. I'm really excited about that match. It's going to be one of those matches that in years people are going to talk about that match. Hope The Rock shows up.
And really, there's no point in asking who we going for. Because, it's kind of clear as day.
Which I have to say, honestly, for me, that particular match has nothing to do with John Cena to me. If it was The Rock versus, not Hornswoggle, I got to beef with Hornswoggle too. If it was The Rock versus, I don't know. I don't know. Who else could The Rock have faced? If it was The Rock versus CM Punk, I'd have watched it still. I'd have still cheered for CM Punk.
True.
Ice cream bars.
Maybe he could have went for Undertaker. If there was a possibility, they may have decided he could have went for Undertaker. Who knows?
Oh, that would have been interesting. That would have been interesting. But who would have built it up? Neither one of them were there all year. So, who would have built up that match?
Nobody's ever there.
The Undertaker just popped up again 2 weeks
always
before
showing
WrestleMania.
videos.
So ridiculous. Like, who?
Oh, God, I'm sorry.
It would have been a video match. They wouldn't actually even showed up. It would have been like watching WW12 on pay-per-view. Yeah, no, that match would have been cool if somebody could have been there. But, so that match is awesome. We're going to dive more in depth to it on our WrestleMania special. That will be next week. The night of WrestleMania. Hopefully it'll be on YouTube before then. I'm hoping. Fingers crossed. Hoping. So we can talk about it more in depth after WrestleMania. So, Undertaker versus Triple H. Let's get into that. 20-0, 19-1.
Yep.
That would be dumb. Shawn Michaels is back. That's what I'm worried about because that's my dog. So I'm excited to see HBK back. Even if he has to ride on Triple H's nostril. I'm glad he's back, and I'm really excited about it.
Yeah, we got Triple H, the cerebral assassin, the greatest superstar in the history of the WWE, going against the Phenom, the dead man, The Undertaker.
Wait, the greatest superstar in the history of the WWE?
I always thought Triple H was always my favorite.
Did he marry you too? No? Is that legal in Connecticut?
But I've been a couple of...
check that for me.
I've been a couple of McMahon dinners.
Where do you go with that one? Anyway, so that match is happening in a Hell in a Cell. That's the wall.
Yeah,
if y'all didn't get it.
They've been, I don't know, something like they've been in like, they had 20 Hell in a Cell matches, and they've both been in like 16 of them. So.
I don't get that. I don't believe that.
They basically made, Triple H made himself dominant in the Hell in a Cell match, and so did Undertaker. Him throwing Cactus Jack, Mankind, whoever you want to call him, off of the Hell in a Cell, through the table. Triple H pedigreeing every single superstar on top of the Hell in a Cell, being the dominant superstar that he is.
These things happen when you can fire people. I push you through that table, jack off, or you're fired. Okay, body slam me, knock yourself out. Hell, he could throw me through a table if I can get a WWE contract. And I don't think he'd hesitate. But he's not Chris Brown. Chris Brown would do it in a heartbeat.
Yeah, forget Chris Brown.
Through the table. Anyway, so I don't know what else to say about that match that we haven't said already. It's going to be really good. It'll probably be really long.
True.
I'd like for Shawn Michaels to some kind of way screw Triple H out of winning.
I have a feeling that is exactly what's going to happen. I have a feeling we're going to see a sweet chin music to his best friend, and the showstopper is going to stop the show once again to end it all for the street.
Now, I don't know if The Undertaker... Nobody said The Undertaker is retiring after this, but I just don't see how much longer he can go on. I mean, it takes him 80 years to get to the ring.
I mean, honestly, I thought The Undertaker died last year. I thought I was going to see a black screen. I was like, I could see the news stations now.
And
wrestler dies in the ring.
He still won that match.
Well,
but it's not good enough for Triple H. Or I guess in the storyline, it's not good enough for The Undertaker. I don't know. I would have liked to see Shawn Michaels fight him again. I know 3 times is too much. But I think 2 times for both of these matches was too much. They can't keep trying to catch lightning in a bottle twice. It doesn't work that way. You can't... The Undertaker and Shawn Michaels the first time was amazing. The second time, I just kept waiting for it to end because I knew Shawn Michaels was leaving, and I was really bummed out about it. The Triple H and the Undertaker match, it was a good match, but it just went on really, really, really long. I mean, maybe if I was there, it would have been better, but Watching on TV, I was just eating my hot dogs, waiting for it to be over. How did you feel about it, Tevin? Being that that's the greatest superstar in the WWE
I think
marriage,
it was one of the greatest
history.
matches. Top 5, top 10 greatest matches of all time. I mean, I literally jumped out of my seat when I was watching that match.
I jumped out of Triple H's nose.
I mean, when he grabbed the Undertaker
It's not.
and was doing the two-stone pile driver, and when Undertaker kicked that, when he grabbed it, I said, "That's it. Well, there goes the streak, 19-1."
The only time,
18.
one time I doubted the streak was when the first Shawn Michaels and the Undertaker match, because I really thought that it was done. I saw grown men jumping and crying and screaming and acting completely crazy. I was the only person cheering for Shawn Michaels, and the whole section I was sitting in is ridiculous. But I thought he was going to win. I wanted more than anything for Shawn Michaels to win. He lost.
I mean, no matter how much we know that the Undertaker's going to win, I'm still going to go for Triple H. I have no choice. I'm going for Triple H.
You'd rather end the streak to keep loyalty to Triple H?
I got to. That's, it's where it all started for me. It started watching wrestling, started with Evolution and Triple H. Triple H is the best.
I don't know who I started watching wrestling with. Actually, to be honest with you, the first time I watched wrestling, Triple H was there. It was when he did the drive-thru with Stephanie McMahon, the marriage. And she was getting married to somebody else. It was Tess or Kevin Nash? It was somebody with long hair.
I think it was Tess.
Tess, okay.
Tess.
Oh.
Yeah.
R.I.P. Tess. Anyway, so let's get to our last match, which I saved it for the end because they're building so much steam around this match. All of a sudden, they should have been doing this since the Royal Rumble, but whatever. Now, no time like the present, I guess. Shawn Michaels. Not Shawn Michaels. You wish. Chris Jericho versus CM Punk.
Best in the world. Yes.
The best in the world. He's screamed by.
Honestly, I don't know who I'm going for. I want to go for CM Punk because he was the best superstar 2011. But Chris Jericho, I mean, it's Chris Jericho, the first undisputed champion in WWE history. He dominated. Well, he's not really dominating too much anymore. But still, I mean, we've got a WWE champion, CM Punk. Maybe it's sort of him passing the torch at WrestleMania. Maybe it could be something like that.
Maybe so. Could be like CM Punk. I mean, Chris Jericho passing the Y2J passing the torch to CM Punk.
And maybe that'd be it for Chris Jericho. He said, I had enough. I already said my accomplishments. I got my respect. I'm going to retire and do his little music career.
Let me say this about Chris Jericho. I was a huge Chris Jericho fan around WrestleMania 20. And Trish turned on him with Christian.
Yeah, that was awesome.
I would have turned on him with Christian too. Christian's looking good now. Okay, now that the girl part of me is out, I just felt like Chris Jericho wanted to be The Rock, but just didn't get the success in it, and that's the only reason he's back. That's how I feel. Sorry, Chris. I respect everything you did. I like the "Don't You Wish You Were Me" and the YJ Stinger commercials. All that was really cool, but I felt like when he started to host shows on Fuse and do the little downfall show on ABC, and then Dance with the Stars, and all these, and Fozzy and all this thing, I feel like he wanted to leave, but just nobody wanted him, so he just stayed. I'm glad he's back, though. I am glad he's back because I think this beef with him and CM Punk, the stuff he's saying to CM Punk and the way he's saying it is something only Chris Jericho could do.
True.
Something only Chris Jericho could do. The stuff he did on Raw this week was so funny. The way he was looking into the camera. But your sister.
That was funny.
I mean, that was awesome. What's next? The dog? Punk, I'm not going to talk about your dad or your sister. I'm sorry. Talk about your dad or your sister. I'm sorry for doing that. But I'm going to go talk about your dog. He sniffs cocaine. Like, it's going to just keep going and going and going. And your toaster does crack. And it's just going to keep getting, like, all the way down to where CM Punk's going to be like, you know what? I'm just going to beat you up now. And once again, the reason I will always have some smidgen of love for CM Punk, the promo he cut this week was really, really great.
It was.
CM Punk does a good job of speaking to children and young adults, like the young man beside me. CM Punk, I think, I'm not straight edge. Let me just put that out there. I'm not. I probably will never be. I'll never say never, but I don't think I'll be straight edge. But CM Punk, as a matter of fact, we can get into the topic of the week right now. You want to join? I have another testimony for CM Punk. As a matter of fact, we're going to stop it right here and pick up with the topic of the week on the next video. So, be right back.